Good evening. Are we ready? All right. I have come to this event every year since I have been on our board of supervisors because you think you've seen it all. You think you've seen American Idol. You think you've seen The Voice, so you think you can dance. But you haven't seen anything yet till you've come to this evening, A Night with the Stars. You can clap for that. Let's hear it. I also want to take a moment and just thank all of you for supporting what I think reflects our city's values. We are the city of St. Francis, and in homage to our patron saint, St. Francis was someone who believed in taking care of those who were in need, taking care of those who had less than we do, to bring people up, to lift people up. And I can't think of an organization that does that better than the Community Housing Partnership, CHP. This is an organization that has taken hundreds of individuals who have been on the streets, who have been formerly homeless, given them a roof over their heads, taken care of them, and brought them back into our San Francisco family. And I can't be prouder than what CHP is doing. So let's give them another hand for the amazing work they're doing. And with that, it is my honor, I don't know if I see her ready yet. Are you here? You know who I'm about to bring up. I hope she is. She is my friend. She is my constituent. She is an amazing community activist and a visionary. She also happens to be the fearless leader of the Community Housing Partnership. Gail Gilman, come on down.
So welcome. Thank you everyone for being here at Night with the Stars, and thank you all for coming back from the bar and actually joining us, because you're going to have a pretty incredible show. So for the last 24 years, Community Housing Partnership has been helping homeless people secure housing and become self-sufficient. And tonight, you are going to meet seven individuals who will be performing for you, and all of them once had no home. They all lost their hope, and they lost their sense of community. And now that they are housed with Community Housing Partnership, they have that home, that foundation. They have that hope that their lives will become thriving and prosperous, and they have a strong tenant and staff community supporting them every day to achieve their goals. In the last year, Community Housing Partnership opened 2 properties, collectively housing 164 individuals who were Those 164 individuals were living in our city shelters. They were languishing on our streets, in our parks, and in their cars. And now they have a home, and they have a foundation to rebuild their lives. And we know that Community Housing Partnership, we could not do this without all of you and all of your support. We know with the right model, innovation, and support from volunteers, donors, and the community, lives can be changed. And they are every day. So we're Community Housing Partnership, and we know that we are a solution to homelessness. So I do want to thank everyone who came here tonight, because again, we can't do this and make any of this possible without you. We want to thank our sponsors, our hosts, our individuals who bought tickets, but we particularly want to thank our diamond sponsor for tonight's event, Fine Line Construction. And we also want to thank our signature sponsor. He knows who he is, Anonymous. So I think we should thank them as well. So now I think you guys have all waited long enough, 2 intros to get me on the stage, and I'm sure you want to see our performers tonight. So I have the honor of welcoming to the stage someone who I wake up with every morning, and he's not my husband, but he is your favorite anchor from KTVU Morning News, MC for the 3rd time, Dave Clark.
Now I have a theme song. I didn't even know that. How are you? Is this a great venue? This is my first time actually setting foot in here. The SFJAZZ Center is incredible. It is good to be here tonight. We're going to pick up speed because there's so much for you to hear and to see, and we're going to let you hear and see it all. I also want to say thank you. The person who introduced me to Community Housing Partnership is my brother, Steve Baldry, a member of the board, a dear, dear friend. And I'm also so proud to be here tonight with my beautiful wife, J. Rosalind Smith Clark, the founder of Opera Noir. I'm the only one in my family with no talent, but she's a wonderful opera singer and a great asset to the Bay Area. Tonight, you heard Gail, there are 7 amazing performers who you will be so proud to hear. I was backstage watching and listening to them. All of them they've experienced, and they've also, more than anything, they've overcome homelessness. Now, just to let you know the facts and figures, these individuals were selected through an audition process. It started in December of last year. Now, after they were selected from a pool of 45 people, they were paired with local mentors who helped them to prepare for what you're going to see and enjoy tonight. Now, each of them are going to take us through something, the different emotions of love. Very important. And as each individual performs, we've got some incredible judges who will score the attendees based on the theme presentation, on their technical follow-through, on the audience support, how you cheer and applaud, their stage presence, and their overall performance. And then at the end of the show, we're going to announce the first, the second, and third place winners. And speaking of our judges, we have some incredible judges. That's your cue. There should be a door opening as judges begin to walk out. Our judges tonight. Are these judges? Come on, give them some more. Hey, look, let me just grab. This is one of my dear colleagues in broadcasting. She needs no introduction. This is Carolyn Tyler of ABC 7. She is a fixture in the Bay Area, a fixture on television, and has done so many great things in the community and with this organization for years. As a judge tonight, since you're a great talent already, what do you anticipate for our show tonight?
I anticipate what we get every time, which is fantastic, poignant, beautiful performances. This is my favorite event of the year. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Well said. Thank you, Carolyn.
I love it. And now here's the $10, sorry.
Carolyn Tyler, ladies and gentlemen. And I need to tell you the rest of our judges tonight. We have Sonny Angulo, the legislative aide to Supervisor Jane Kim. Sonny, you know I want to sing that song. Sonny. I know. Okay, I won't. We also have Gail Hunter of the Golden State Warriors here tonight. A talented harpist by the name of Destiny Muhammad is here tonight. And Mikhail Zavan, the CEO and the founder of Zendesk, is here tonight. We have incredible judges. I also want to introduce, you've heard them, you've seen them, the greatest jazz trio that ever lived. They're right there. Give them a spotlight. We have Chris Burns on the piano, Jim Gammon on the trumpet and cornet, and Dan Fabricant on the bass. Did I get it right? The best. Now, they're going to perform in between each of the performers you're going to hear tonight. So, are you ready? Can we do this now? It's on now. Our first performer is a wonderful young lady. Her name is Michelle Reed. Now, as Michelle gets ready to come out and perform for you, let me just tell you briefly about her. She was born in San Francisco, She's lived with her family at their community housing partnership home for the last 4 years. She lived in a shelter before, and Michelle says that CHP, what it does, breaks the homeless cycle and actually helps people. Now, I don't want Michelle's age to fool you. Michelle is going to dig deep into your soul. She's going to sing a song called Say Something by A Great Big World, Christina Aguilar's song. Oh, yeah. She chose her song because she thinks some people have to give up on things if they're going to be healthy, if they're going to be happy. And the expression of love can help heal scars. Ladies and gentlemen, give a really loud, wonderful welcome to Michelle Reed.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. And anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so smart. It was over my head, I know nothing at all. And I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I will follow you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Whoa, whoa. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Michelle Reed. Oh, that's just too smooth. Thank you, gentlemen. Our second performer for you, his name's George Taylor. George is from the South, from Memphis, Tennessee. But he's lived in California for the last 5 years. He calls San Francisco his new home. Now, George now lives in Community Housing Partnership's Essex Apartments. And according to Lernis Roberts, he's a CHP employee. He's also a staff facilitator for the Night of the Stars. He says George is a wise and joyous man. He believes in the art of friendliness. His name's George Taylor. Now, George actually started singing back in 1969. He used to hang out with his friends, used to harmonize. You know those guys. He would later perform with Memphis groups Soul Explosion and Phase 6. And just between you and me, George once opened for Stevie Wonder. I'm just saying. George Taylor is here tonight. He's going to sing a song. Now, I'm 60 years old. I remember this song by The Temptations, I Wish It Would Rain. Anybody else remember that song? Yeah, I thought you would. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for George Taylor.
Hello, San Francisco. Hello, San Francisco. How you doing out there tonight? All right, all right. I just want to say, first of all, my name is George Taylor. But before I get to my song, I would like to give a thanks to the CHP for the Community Housing Partnership Organization for helping me during some difficult times in my life. They gave me hope, they gave me inspiration, and even most importantly, they gave me purpose. And just to say that, those are 3 or 4 things that we need to be productive in our society today. So I want to thank them for that. I also want to thank you guys for coming out, so give yourself a round of applause for being here tonight. All right, all right. Now, as you know, Dave mentioned that I would be singing a song by The Temptations, I Wish It Would Rain. But there's something that Dave didn't know. That there's a story about that hat, Dave. There's a story about that hat, yes. It truly is. And the story is that this hat used to belong to one of the Temptations. How about that? And the story is that if I put it on, there's a strong possibility that I can be transformed into one of the Temptations. Wow. So I ask you this evening, should I put it on? Should I put it on? Okay. I don't know about that. Should I put it on? All right. Here goes. Sunshine, blue skies, please go away. My girl has found another and gone away. With her, with my future, my life is filled with gloom. So day after day, I stay locked up in my room. I know to you, it might sound strange, but I wish it would rain. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so badly, I wanna go outside. man ain't supposed to cry. Listen, I got to cry, 'cause crying eating the pain, oh yeah. Even this hurt that I feel inside, words can never explain. I just wish it would rain. Oh, let it rain, 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 rain. Let it rain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let it rain. Let it rain. Day in, day out, my tear-stained face pressed against the window pane. My eyes search the skies, desperately for rain. Come, raindrop behind my teardrops. And baby, no one will ever know that I've been crying, crying when I go outside. To the world outside my tears, I refuse to explain. Oh, I wish you would rain. Let it rain, let it rain. I need rain to the sky, the tears in my eyes. Oh, baby, let it rain. Oh, yeah, yeah, listen. I'm a man and I got my pride. Let it rain, I wanna stay inside. Let it rain. Ooh, let it rain. Thank you.
Didn't know a hat could do that, did you? I just want to thank David Ruffin, I mean George Taylor, for that wonderful performance. Our third performer for you tonight, at the age of 1, Kenneth Herron was placed in the foster care system. He moved a lot through his childhood, mainly through California. Well, Community Housing Partnership gave Kenneth a permanent home. It also gave him stability to grow and to pursue his interests. This young man is very passionate about singing and dancing. He loves the rush of being on stage and performing. He writes a lot of his own music. He uses performance and singing. It's like an outlet for his feelings, the pain he feels, the dreams he has. He's also working to release his own 5-song demo as well. This young man can sing. I don't know if you know this, but I believe he's going places. I don't think you'll forget him. Out to sing a song by Stevie Wonder called Overjoyed, please welcome Kenneth Herron.
How y'all doing tonight? You know, Stevie always been a big inspiration to me. His music reaches all, and it's all about the joy of love. I'm singing this song a cappella tonight because I wanted it just to be me, my voice, and the audience. So I'm singing Overjoyed. Hope you like it.
Sing it, boy.
Over time, I've been building my castle of love just for two, though you never knew you were my reason. I've gone much too far for you now to say that I've got to throw my castle away over dreams I have picked out a perfect come true. Though you never knew it was you, I've been dreaming. The Sandman has come from too far away for you to say come back some other day. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dream come true when I looked at you? And maybe too if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed, overloved, over me, over hearts I have painfully turned every stone just to find it was you that I've searched to discover. I've gone much too far for me now to find the love that I sought could never be mine. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dream come true when I looked at you? And maybe too if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed, overloved, over me. Thank you.
It is my pleasure right now. We're going to pause for just a moment. I know you've heard some great singing. There's some more coming. I want to bring out, though, a wonderful lady. Her name is Tammy Underwood. Tammy's just going to share for you just a moment how Community Housing Partnership changed her life. Would you give a warm welcome to Tammy Underwood?
Hi, everyone. My name is Tammy Underwood, and I'm here tonight to share my story. Like some of you here, I was once a bit of a wild child during my teenage years. However, what was once a wild streak turned into something more serious after I became involved with the wrong crowd. My behavior began to have a life-altering consequences. At 15 years old, I had my first child. As I grew older, I began to turn to drugs. My life spiraled out of control until I finally had a near-death experience that made me realize I needed to do something to change and provide for my family. In the early 90s, I began rebuilding my life by going to school, getting married, and starting a business. But these good times did not last. My mother passed away, I got a divorce, and my husband took custody of our child. I was devastated. My life spiraled. It wasn't long after I started using drugs again, my life officially fell apart. In 2004, I was arrested and served jail time on charges of possession. During that time, I lost my housing, and when I got out of jail, I had nowhere to go. For 5 years, between 2005 and 2010, I slept in shelters when I can get a bed. and other times on the street. In 2010, my life truly hit rock bottom. I had nowhere to turn to, so I began to pray. And I prayed to God, if you give me a second chance, no more drugs. My prayers were heard. With support and dedication, I graduated from a drug counseling program, and my case manager helped me find housing. My life started to improve quickly, but I still needed to find a job to truly retake control of my life. That's when a friend told me about Community Housing Partnership Service Training Program that teaches clients the skills to become desk clerks. I was so excited I couldn't wait to enroll and start learning. During my time in the program, I showed up to class every day, was the first to arrive every day. I sat right in front every day. Lita, my employment counselor, took notice and recognized my yearning to succeed. After the training program, she recommended me for Solutions SF, Community Housing Partnership, Social Enterprise. And I was hired as an on-call desk clerk. I love working for Solution. I used to say that every time in a meeting. I love working for Solutions. My work ethics didn't go unnoticed. I received so many recognitions. On my name badge, my coworkers started calling me General Underwood. I felt so decorated, like literally decorated, 5-star general. With the experience and encouragement and training I received from Solutions SF and Community Housing Partnership, I am happy to announce that as of February 10th, 2014, I have a full-time job with benefits as a front desk clerk with Columbus Management. I am so thankful for the opportunities Community Housing Partnership offered me. People like me with criminal backgrounds and the history of struggling don't usually receive second chances. I could have easily ended up back on the streets, but instead Community Housing Partnership helped me get a job. For the first time, I'm able financially to support my youngest daughter in college, receive health benefits from my job, and save for the future. I am proud of what I have accomplished, and my children and grandchildren are proud too, and it has been a dream come true. Thank you.
Tammy, thank you so much for sharing your story. And how about another round of applause for Tammy? It's fantastic. So, good evening, everyone. My name's Steve Kundich, and I work for Digital Realty. We're one of the sponsors tonight. And now's the time where you can all contribute and give back to the great work that Community Housing Partnership's doing. Tonight, for every dollar that all of you out there donate, it's hard to see from up here, our company will match it 2 to 1. So what we're going to do, and what it's going to go towards is a dedicated training space for Community Housing Partnership. Right now they use a shared training space to handle a lot of their programs, and really hard to kind of get up, set up, get flow, get things happening and get it going, and they'll have a dedicated space with the donations that you guys give tonight. So what we're going to do is up on the screen, this is mobile cause donorship, so a bit of technology which kind of goes well with our company and what we do. You'll be able to see up on the screen that you text message, and everything's going to tally up on the screen, so now you have to get your phones out and multitask, listen to me, and donate at the same time, which we should all be good at because that's all everyone does, right, nowadays. And text in, it went away. But what you're going to do is to 4144, so get the number in, and I'm going to have to get the same thing in. Yep, and you can see, and then the donations are going to start adding up as we go along. Okay? So, everybody get your phones out, get on it, and where are we at? We're just starting, so what we want to do is raise $7,500 tonight, and then Digital Realty is going to put in 15K, so it'll be 22 something, right? And so some of the things that that this will go towards benefiting are, for every $50 you donate, we can get some computer accessories and items that go along with the computers. For $100, there we go. Dean and Andy, so some of my consultants and coworkers that work with us, which is good. Have to see if Mr. Miller's on there. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Then we get some music to go with it. Thanks. For every $500, you get one desk. So it's going down pretty quick, like 5,000. So that's good. I got to get mine too, but I need to keep talking, so I'm in for sure. So still going down. Every 7,500 goes towards laptop computer. And then for 1,000, it's projection screen, smartboard, etc. So, and you can see how important these types of tools and training are to the community and the work that CHP does. I don't see a lot of, everybody hold up your phone. You got the glow going, right? Gotta get more. All right, more than halfway, so keep it coming. And everybody still got the instructions, so it's 4144 44144 is what you text to. Put CHP space the amount space and your name. Rick, are you in? It's all good? Okay. Where's Andrew? Oh, he's working on it. Okay. And I guess I probably shouldn't, like, you know, harass any supervisors or other political officials. No. Okay. All right, we're there. Come on. Yeah. And you gotta keep it coming. Keep it coming. And inside your program is an envelope, and you can continue to donate and support community housing project. All right? Give yourselves a round of applause.
All right, let's hear it for Steve. Way to go, Steve. Our next performer. Remember the name Antonio Zarate Hernandez. He was born in Guadalajara, Mexico. Moved to San Francisco in 1978 to find a job, provide for his family. Unfortunately, he was in a car accident. It left him injured, temporarily couldn't work. Well, without having a regular income, he was forced to find a new place to live, and for years he rented a room out of a small space. It was so cramped, he could barely get in and out of it. Well, yeah, I'm not kidding you. Well, thankfully, Antonio was able to find a real home with a real entrance at Community Housing Partnership's senior building. Zygmunt Arendt House is what we're talking about. Yeah. Antonio is well known by the staff there, by the fellow residents, who often talk about his positive attitude, his optimism, and the happiness he has despite the challenges and the hardships. Well, tonight, Antonio Zarate Hernandez will be singing Bésame, Bésame Mucho by Consuelo Velasquez. He will do it much better than I can even attempt to do it. Please give a warm welcome to Antonio Zarate Hernandez.
Muchas gracias por sus aplausos. Thank you too much. I dedicate this song to everybody. Dedico esta canción con todo cariño para todo el público, con mucho cariño. dispénsense si hay algún un poquito, porque es primera vez que estoy ante un público tan bonito como el de San Francisco. I love you, San Francisco. Espero que les guste, les complazca. Thank you. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. Quiero tenerte a mi lado, sentirte muy cerca y verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana ya estaré muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. Quiero tenerte a mi lado, sentirte muy cerca y verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana ya estaré muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después.
Let's hear it for the Jazz Trio. channeling the music of Fats Waller, Antonio Zarate Hernandez. What a performer. Thank you, Antonio. Our next performer, Steve Tanksley. Born and raised right here in San Francisco, lived most of his life in Hunters Point. However, when he lost his job, he couldn't afford his apartment, he became homeless. Thankfully, though, Steve found something. He found a home at Community Housing Partnership, got the support he needed to rebuild his life. In fact, Steve says at Community Housing Partnerships, help is always there. Services, people, always available. Tonight, Steve is going to help us feel good. He's going to transform himself into Teddy Pendergrass. You know that song, When Somebody Loves You Back, by Teddy Pendergrass? Steve's going to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Tanksley.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. You're looking good tonight. Gee, you look great. First of all, I'd like to start it off by just giving honor to God. Just been really good to me in my life. He has helped me out so much. I just want to say thank you, God. Thank you. Second, I'd like to say thanks to CHP for helping me along the way, going through my ups and downs in life. They've been there for me a whole lot, and I just want to say thank you, CHP. Thank you. All right. So tonight, I just want to say, do you guys feel like partying tonight? Yeah. Feel like getting loose and get out the seat and move a little bit and just enjoy this, just enjoy the feeling that we're having tonight. Tonight, I'd like to do a song by Teddy. If you will, if you know the song, feel free to sing along, y'all. Little song by Teddy Pendergrass, y'all. If you know the words to the song, feel free to sing along, y'all. Can we get a little hand clap, y'all? Come on. Up there in the balcony, come on. Hey. Woo. Little Penny, grip, Teddy. It's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. To be loved and be loved in return is the only thing that my heart desires. Girl, just appreciate the little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. It's good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. It's so good, people needing somebody when somebody needs you back. We can build a world of love, a world of joy, make our golden life each other's happiness. Girl, I will do for you anything that I can. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. It's good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. Come on, y'all, clap it. It's so good, people needing somebody when somebody needs you back. I said it's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. Don't it feel good, y'all? Can you feel the love in the house? Oh, yeah. Come on, y'all. Oh, we can build a world of love, a world of joy, make our golden life each other's happiness. Girl, I will do for you anything that I can, cause every day I want to do a little more, just a little bit more. It's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. It's so good, people loving somebody when somebody say now 70-30, not 60-40. I'm talking about a 50-50 love. I said it's so good, loving somebody when somebody loves you back. Come on, y'all. I wonder if we can get some love in the house tonight. Ladies, can I got the ladies in the house tonight? Woo! You're in the house tonight. I wonder if you can sing along with me with this little song I want to say. I want all the ladies in the house to say this with me. So good, so good, so good when somebody loves you back. Can y'all say that? Come on. So good, so good, so good when somebody loves you back. Oh, that sounds good. Fellas, you in the house, fellas? I said you in the house, fellas. This is what I want you to say. This is the fellas. Said now 70-30, now 60-40. I'm talking about a 50-50 love. Can you say that, fellas? I'm gonna say it one more time. Here we go. I said now 70-30, now 60-40. I'm talking about a 50-50 love. Ladies, here's your part. Good. When somebody loves you back. You sounded so good, y'all. Come on, y'all. So good, so good, so good. Somebody loves you back. I'm loving all y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jazz Trio. And thank you, Steve Tangsley. All right, just because we know each other, from my vantage point, I saw some great dancing out there. Very colorful man up there. He was spinning, bouncing to the beat. This gentleman right here in the second row, he had the beat, he was moving. These two ladies right here had the bounce back together. There's a man up there, he was doing Soul Train. And my wife she was on it too. But she's got rhythm anyway. You were really good. It's good to have a great audience and when somebody loves you back, but you knew that. Our next performer is a lady. Her name's Regina Clay. She came from a small town in Illinois, came to California in 1999. In 2009, rent prices got real high, became too high for her. So she left her apartment and started living in a shelter. Thankfully, though, she found a permanent home with Community Housing Partnership at the end of 2012. Her name is, well, we're calling her Gina. Gina's been singing most of her life. She performed in choirs and by herself at family reunions. But tonight, Gina is going to perform for you. The song, Love Story, but it's by Melody Mayuka Ishikawa, and she's doing it in Japanese. Ladies and gentlemen, A warm welcome for Regina Clay.
Hello, San Francisco. I chose to do this song in Japanese because I had a very hard year in 2013, and instead of being able to listen to the music in English, I chose to listen to foreign music because it was easier to cope with my struggles. So this song is going to be in Japanese, and here it is. 人混みの中後ろを継ぐたずっと見ていた運命のいたすらで出会れ抱き奇跡を抱きしめて傷ついてもいい切なくてもいい今だけ信じて迷えて描いてゆく恋物語見えないラスつりながら孤独に佇む時そばにいたいの迷わないよ耳に残るあなたの声をまぼたとして思い出してるまだかしさに疲れて誰らを傷つけるのならば優しい笑顔も胸打つことも忘れたいけれど迷えて描いていく恋物語始まらずに終わるのなら心に鍵をかける叶わぬ恋が目覚めないように
Oh, yeah. Take the A train. Duke Ellington. Thank you, man. Our next performer, our final performer, is named Simon. Simon Fletcher. Born in Akron, Ohio, a resident of a community housing partnership, Simon says what he thanks most for is the on-site services, the support services, the case managers, the counselors. He says community housing partnership gave him all the resources for a fresh start. Now, he's a proud San Franciscan. He's lived in the city since 1989. He's inspired by 8 grandchildren. Loves performing for his family. Tonight, though, he's going to perform for you. A song is called Baby, That's What Love Is All About by Michael Bolton. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Fletcher.
How's everybody doing tonight? There was a time we thought our dreams over, when you and I had surely reached the end. Still here we are, the flame as strong as ever, and all because we both kept holding on. I know we can weather any storm, 'cause baby, that's what love is all about. Two hearts that find a way somehow to keep the fire burning. It's something we could never live without. If it takes forever, we can work it out beyond the shadow of a doubt. 'Cause baby, that's what love is all about. As time goes by, we learn to rediscover the reasons why this dream of ours survives. Through thick and thin, we're destined for each other, knowing we can reach the other side, far beyond the mountains of our pride. 'Cause baby, that's what love is all about. Two hearts that find a way somehow to keep the fire burning. It's something we could never live without. But if it takes forever, we can work it out beyond the shadow of a doubt. 'Cause baby, that's what love is all about. Whoa, finding the good times is easy. The hard times can tear you apart. There'll be times in your home when the feeling is gone, but you keep on believing and you keep on it home. Baby, that's what love is all about. Two hearts that find a way somehow to keep the fire burning. It's something we could never live without. If it takes forever, we can work it out beyond the shadow of a doubt. 'Cause baby, that's what love is all about.
one more time for Simon Fletcher and all of our performers. The judges have a tough job. They're good, they got a tough job. Now, the judges are doing their scoring now, and while they're doing tallying up and all of that, we're going to take a moment. We're going to honor this year's Building Together honorees and awardees. Now, this year's Building Together honors three very key individuals. They helped make Community Housing Partnership's 5th Street Apartments become real, a reality. The 5th Street Apartments provide a permanent home, believe it or not, to 44 youth between the ages of 18 and 24. They were either leaving the foster care system or they were homeless. What a cause. They've got a place because of you. Yeah. First, I want to bring up a wonderful man, Greg Miller, a member of the board of Community Housing Partnership, to introduce the honorees. Greg Miller.
Thanks, Dave. Wow, what an evening. It just gets better and better every year here. These performances are absolutely off the charts. Well, listen, I'm honored tonight to present the Building Together Award to Dan Costello, President of Farallon Pacific Insurance Services. Dan and I worked very closely together to negotiate the lease for the 5th Street Apartments, and it was my pleasure and delight to work closely with him on some very complicated insurance issues that came up during that negotiation. So without further ado, I wanted to present the award to Dan. Dan, are you here? Come on up.
I tried to escape. I just want to say, being associated with so many nonprofits in San Francisco and throughout the years, that my heart is always closest to the mission statements around homelessness, and being a part of the CHP journey is something that myself and all my staff really appreciate. So thank you so much.
Dan, thank you. And Greg Miller, thank you as well. Now let's bring up Kelly Dearman, the president of HSM Investment Group. She will introduce tonight's next honoree. Kelly?
Woo! Hi, everybody. Tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing Trent Rohr. He's the executive director of the Human Services Agency. Trent worked with the mayor's office to make certain that CHP's vision for the 5th Street Apartments was supported and realized. With his support, the mayor approved some funding to provide supportive services to the youth living in the building. And we are very proud of that, and I'm very proud of you, Trent. Please help me welcome Trent Rohr.
I'm not going to run off the stage that quickly. I think I can see the judges need a lot of time to figure out who's going to win because the performances were so great, so I'm going to take a little time to allow them to tally their points. First of all, Gail and CHP staff, you guys know you do a fabulous job, and we saw 7 examples on the stage. We see it every day. You house people, you improve people's lives, you give them a path towards dignity and self-sufficiency and what we want in all our lives, and you should be commended. So to be honored by you means a lot. So thanks, Gail and staff. You know, I run a huge city agency. So you have 7 fabulous performers and you end with a city bureaucrat, but whatever. We serve about 130,000 San Franciscans every year come through our door, whether they're getting health insurance through the Affordable Care Act or cash assistance through Welfare to Work or hopefully being housed by a great provider like CHP. And I'm lucky to have this job. And I'm lucky to be in a position where the work that I do and the work that my 2,000 some odd staff do every day to help improve the lives of 130,000 or more San Franciscans every year. So to be honored for that, and to be honored for specifically the 5th and Harrison project, it means a lot. And truly, you know, I feel fortunate to be in my job, so to be honored, that's, you know, kind of the cherry on top. I wanted to talk just, and I don't want to take a lot of time, but I have a forum for folks who are interested in this issue and who contribute to this issue, and I want to share with you what I've been talking about a lot over the last few months, because if you read the local papers and you watch the local news, homelessness is in the news a lot lately, right? And a lot of it is, no offense, Dave? No, go ahead. Negative. Positive stories don't make it in the papers and on the news a lot. They make it some, but not enough. And what you see is criticisms about what the city is doing. We spend too much money. We're not getting enough positive results. We have homeless counts every 2 years, and the number of homeless people aren't going down at all. And I, you know, that's part of my responsibility, right? I headed the city's effort on homelessness under Mayor Newsom for 4 years, and we worked hard in partnership with Gail and Jeff Kaczynski's here. He was part of that, and others. And I get the question a lot, and I've gotten it a lot recently, is so you've done the homeless count over the last 6 years. You've done it 3 times, and it's still 6,000 homeless. There's 3,500 on the street every night. There's another 2,500 in shelter or in treatment or in jail or in the hospital. How come the number's not changing? You're not doing anything. You're not solving homelessness. And what I say is, we may not have solved homeless on the system level. There are still 6,000 people who need a home. But since 2004, we've housed over 11,000 people. So, through agencies like Community Housing Partnership, through supportive housing. So what I say is, no, we haven't solved homelessness. And there are a lot of reasons for that have nothing to do with providers like CHP or bureaucrats like me. But we've solved homelessness for 11,000 people. And that is something. And then we get the criticism, well, you spend $80 million a year housing these people. $80 million a year. And so what I say to them is, when you look at the data, and the reason that we embarked on this effort in a large way, it predated 2003, but this is really when we sort of expanded in a huge way. It was 2003, 2004. It's more expensive to have a homeless person on the street or in the shelter system than it is to house them in supportive housing. The data show it. Look up the research. There was actually groundbreaking research in the 90s in San Francisco that spread across the country. It is cheaper to house someone than it is to have that person on the street. Their use of the emergency room goes down by 3/4. Their inpatient hospital stays decline by almost 80%. Their incarceration rates go way down. Their use of emergency medical, EMS, law enforcement on the street are non-existent. It saves the city money, right? And that's the argument for policymakers, and that's the argument for critics. I don't like that argument. It works. It helps us get funding. The argument I like is, it's the humane and dignified approach to dealing with this issue. You saw seven shining, impressive, tear-jerking examples tonight on stage. Despite the mistakes people may have made in their lives, despite addiction or diseases people may have in their lives, they deserve a humane and dignified response by government. And that humane and dignified response is not leaving them on the street, it's not putting them in emergency shelter, it's housing them. And that's the argument that I like to use. So to CHP, you guys do it, you do it well, you continue to improve, you continue to professionalize, you get it. I love working with partners like you. To the EDs, Sherilyn Adams, Jeff Kaczynski, and others who are doing the same thing and doing it well, thank you. There's no way the city could have housed 11,000 people without your work. Thanks for the award, thanks for the recognition. I don't deserve it, you do. Thank you, everyone.
Trent, thank you. Kelly, thank you as well. Finally, Malcolm Young. the Community Housing Partnership board member. He will introduce and congratulate our final award honoree. Malcolm, right here.
Well, good evening, everybody. I just want to quickly say I've been given 30 seconds to introduce Jane, so I've got 20 seconds left. First of all, before we introduce Jane, I just want to say it's an honor to be on the CHP board serving Gail. And also, it's great to serve with the other board members. You guys are wonderful. The staff is amazing, too. It's a tough crowd. Wow. It's a tough crowd because there were amazing stars tonight, so let's give it up one more time. I especially want to just ask one of the performers, Mr. Taylor, if I can borrow your hat. I'd like to take that home with me tonight so I can be a temptation in front of my loved ones. Lastly, but not leastly, I just want to say to Trent, we're never going to criticize you for spending too much money, so, you know. Now it's my honor and privilege to introduce the District 6 Supervisor, Jane Kim. I've known Jane for about 15 years or so. Jane is an incredible advocate for the community, but I think what really impressed me was about 15 years ago, we sat down and Jane said to me, you know, someone's among us has to run for office, and not because we want to be a politician, but because we want to serve the community. And we all kind of looked around at each other and said to each other, like, who the hell's going to do that? That's a horrible job. And then a couple years later, we saw Jane step up and really sort of take that risk and that sacrifice. It's a tough job, but Jane, you're doing an incredible job for the district and for the city. You've been an incredible champion for the 5th Street Apartments project. That is really a marquee project for CHP. It's really where, as an organization, we're going to demonstrate our renewed commitment to bringing homelessness to self-sufficiency. It's a risk for the city, but it's a risk that we're going to prove is going to work. So without further ado, Supervisor Jane Kim.
For those of you that know Malcolm, you know that he's I should probably not say that on stage. What was that conversation that happened 15 years ago? I think Malcolm said that. And then oh. By the way, Malcolm is a very good singer. And maybe we'll have a board of directors night with the stars at some point. But Gail, you do have the coolest board of directors. So I love getting awards for the work that I'm supposed to be doing. And I love getting awards to support the amazing work that organizations like Community Housing Partnership is doing. So I should just say to the folks in this room, I know I'm speaking to, to the crowd that's already supporting this issue, but we all know why we're here. We're here because of the 7 individuals that performed tonight. No one should sleep on the streets in San Francisco. And Trent described the issue really well. By the way, I thought politicians talked a lot. Now I know that bureaucrats also talk a lot. But the faces that we saw tonight are our brothers, our sisters, and we're learning actually our grandmothers and grandfathers. Our homeless population is aging in place on our streets. And this is the population we want to serve. And to humanize the folks that we see on a daily level, the folks that you might feel guilty walking by on the street or might even be angry to see on the street, these are the folks that we're trying to house. And like I said, no one deserves to sleep on the streets. And Community Housing Partnership does an amazing job of housing our residents here in San Francisco, because we know that's not just housing alone that solves homelessness, it's supportive housing, and it's also creating community and love and organizing. And I just have to give a shout out because I know one of the residents that performed tonight is part of the Community Congress, and they brought legislation to my office almost exactly a year ago, the Fair Chance Act. And now a year later, this legislation has passed unanimously at the Board of Supervisors with the support of community members, organizations that work with individuals with conviction histories, with the Chamber of Commerce. We are the first city and county to ban the box. And this means that employers can no longer ask about your arrest and conviction history at your first moment of application. We are the first city and county to ban that for all employers, contractors, and affordable housing providers. And this legislation would have never come to the Board of Supervisors if not for residents like the ones that are being supported at Community Housing Partnership and are starting organizations like the Community Congress that are helping to change the city. So not only are we housing people, we are housing people who are changing our city for the better. And that is what I love about Community Housing Partnership. So thank you for this. But I'm doing my job, and I'm supporting the amazing work that you do. So I'm excited that organizations like this exist, like Larkin Street, like Hamilton Family Services, like Chinatown Community Development Center, like Community Housing Partnership. They are solving homelessness. And when you next time want to ask, what can I do? It is by supporting organizations like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Supervisor Kim. There's a beautiful lady named Carolina who's right there. She's going to come up stage because we're ready to announce the winners. Come on up, Carolina. You can't hide. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We want to congratulate all of the Building Together honorees for being the special, giving, generous people that you are. You are greatly, greatly appreciated. And now, the moment. The third place winner of our performance. It goes to, according to Carolina, Moonwalk.
Simon Fletcher.
Simon. Simon Fletcher. And now the second place award goes to
George Taylor.
Thank you, George. And finally, the winner of tonight's Night with the Stars is...
Drum roll, drum roll. Steve Tanksley.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to just give this to God. Thank you, God, for helping with this. And I'd like to thank everybody out here for coming tonight. I enjoyed myself. I feel good up here. It makes me feel good, makes me want to do better and more for myself. And share the love to everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our performers. They were all good. And you were obviously the best audience anywhere. We thank you very, very, very much. Before we wrap things up, have you seen the great raffle prizes we were talking about? Are you kidding me? The grand prize, $1,000 to Solage Spa in Calistoga, and a $500 gift certificate to Airbnb. Second place prize, an A to B electric bike valued at over $1,000. Now, all the prizes, you see them on the screen behind me. You can buy your tickets on your way out. It only takes a second. All the winners, when you win, you'll be contacted and listed. You'll be contacted tomorrow, by the way, and listed on CHP's social media pages, so you don't have to be present to win. But please consider yourselves a winner. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Could you give one big round of applause for all of our performers, the CHP staff, and everyone involved in this night. And thank you for being here for the Night of the Stars. Thank you very much.